You guys need to calm it down. Hey, hey, hey! I'll put you in the bedroom. Done.
Floor is yours.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. Post Kansas. Pre Bristol. How much of the race did you get to see?
Maybe half.
Okay.
Maybe. There's a lot of other things on TV. There's football. There was, a variety. And Kansas is not one of those racetracks that I really care for to watch. I probably tuned in more. I think I tuned in right before stage 2 ended so I could trade my guys if I needed to for garage. And then I kind of watched maybe the last 30, 40 laps. I know the Chase Elliott incident on pit road happened and everybody's all pissed off. Why is he doing that to Kyle? I mean, everybody's getting he's having an attitude. I'm like, if it was Dale Earnhardt, you'd be like, why didn't he wreck him? Like, stop. But we can go later on.
I did watch the whole thing because I have to monitor the Facebook page and moderate that. I actually, for Kansas, I thought it was a good race. I really did. The one theme that was going on was right rear tires.
Yeah.
Right rear tires. Bubba, he broke a toe link on lap 113. The guys that had, Truex on lap 1 hit the wall, blew a right rear, hit the wall, wrecked his, which we'll talk about, but Dylan, Byron, Bubba, Harrison Burton, Busher, all of them, right rear tires. Of course, Goodyear's going to say they had them inflated wrong, and this, that, and the other thing, but I was like, holy crap, I could not believe all the right rear tires that went down.
This is year one this next gen car. That's what happened before. They're having tire problems. So it's
no, this is year 2.
That's what I'm saying. This is like year 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is like year 1 when it was all happened, but the cars were getting stuck back then because of the blocks they were getting stuck on. So,
well, they've got the problem again, and of course, Goodyear's not going to take any blame about it. It's the crews, and I don't know how much of that is true or not, but those low pro. I've been screaming about this ever since this next gen car. Get rid of the low profile tires. Get rid of the single nut.
They're not getting. Nope. They're married to it.
Go back to the big tires with the 5 lug, and make the pit crews work hard.
Nope. They're married to it. They ain't getting rid of it.
I don't know.
They're married to it.
I didn't think it was a bad race. I thought it was pretty good. You had Larson leading a lot. You had, of course, Hamlin. Reddick with that dive at the end.
Well, he had 4 tires, while everybody had 2 in front of him. So yeah, that dive was good, but he was gonna pass them regardless of that dive.
It was incredible. Like I said, and the amazing thing to me is it wasn't a normal, for lack of a better term, it wasn't a normal boring Kansas race, which it normally is. It was actually, in my opinion, pretty good. Viewership was down 6% from last year.
Yeah.
6%. That's huge in ratings world. That's huge. And I know it was the kickoff weekend for NFL.
Oh, they know that.
I get it.
They know that every year.
But still, it was the same last year. So why, whatever. Anyway, Reddick was first. Hamlin, his boss, was second. Then you had Eric Jones. My God, what a performance! And it just wasn't a last minute thing. That dude was in the top 10 almost all day long.
It'd be interesting when they get Toyota backing and see how much if it does improve. I don't know why it wouldn't, but usually anybody that switches to Toyota, they get the money to improve. So it'd be interesting to see him back under Toyota.
In the partnerships that he'll have with Joe Gibbs.
Yeah.
And,
well, he was originally in the 20 car.
Information sharing.
Yep.
Kyle Larson, he dug himself out of a hole. He had some issues, and he finished 4th. Top 10 is Logano, Elliott, Busch, Bell, Keselowski, and Bowman. Notables, Harvick, 11th place, keeps himself in good shape for the playoffs. Blaney in 12th. Chastain in 13th, Ty Gibbs in 14th, Byron in 15th, Suarez 16th. Go down to the bottom, of course, we got Martin Truex finished dead last. He went out on lap 1. Bubba Wallace 32nd. Again, he had issues, hit the wall, broke that toe link. They couldn't get it fixed. Busher in 27th, same thing. McDowell, you might as well just put a fork in him. He's done. And I just don't see him winning at Bristol. I just don't. That's the only way he advances. But that's pretty much it. Carson Hocevar, he was 20th on the lead lap in the 42. Got some news about him. I just want to say it wasn't the worst Kansas race that I've ever seen. I don't want to say it was the best, but it wasn't the worst by a long shot. It was interesting, kept my attention. I switched back and forth from some football games, like you were saying. But I pretty much stayed on the race, and it was interesting. It was really good. crossing things off. Larson won stage 1, so that's great. Keselowski won stage 2, and of course Reddick won the race. Other little minor incidents, but Bubba fails inspection 2 times before the race. You know, he loses crew chief, doesn't get his pit selection, so he started in a hole. Let's see. McDowell, playoff grid going into Bristol. He's 40 out. Stenhouse is 22 out. Bubba Wallace is 19 out. Truex, who would have put that on their bingo card?
He'll be unless he gets screwed. I think he's fine.
Harvick, he's got to get in front of Harvick, and I think Truex is in a must-win situation at Bristol. I really do. I think if he doesn't win, I just can't see him. He's got to finish in front of Harvick. You got Harvick 7 above, of course, Truex 7 below. Logano 12 above, Bell 13 above, along with Buescher and Chastain 18 above. I mean, yeah, obviously there's a whole lot of things that are possible here. I've got something up here. Average finish at Bristol. This is over the last 10 races, top 10. You got Larson, Hamlin, Harvick, Logano, Busch, Elliott, Jones, Briscoe with only 2 races, Harrison Burton with only 1, and Ryan Preece. Truex Jr. is 23rd, 10 races, 2 top 10s, average finish of 20.6. I don't care how you want to translate that.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
That's not looking good on averages for Martin Truex coming out of Bristol, because I really think he's got to have a win. And an average finish of 20.6 over the last 10 races?
Yeah, we'll see. Short track racing has been shit, so it's hard to pass, so it's going to be interesting.
I haven't looked this up, but I'd love to know when the last time in the chase format the regular season winner has been knocked out in the first round.
Probably 2020. Because Denny Hamlin or Kevin Harvick, not the first round. They probably made it past that. I just know there was an issue because they won all the races and they didn't do too hot. So everybody's freaking out that they didn't make it very far.
I'm just saying it's amazing, and with his history at Bristol, which is not good, unbelievable. Another thing while you're looking all that up is I started something that you don't even know about, because I can't beat you in the regular season fantasy league. There's no way.
Jesus, you're the final 10.
No. We're doing a playoffs. Last week at Darlington, you beat me by 17, so you were up 17. This week I beat you by 40. Did everybody hear that? This never happened. And I lost Truex on the first damn lap, and I still beat you by 40.
I had every heads-up pick wrong. Every heads-up pick I picked wrong.
I got 2 out of the 4. But I beat you by 40, so going into Bristol, I'm actually up 23. And I'm sorry, I like that. I didn't tell you we're gonna do this through the playoffs. I gotta find a way to beat you somehow. But yeah, last week you had at Kansas you had a 188. I had a 228. The week before you had a 181 and I had a 164. So we split, but I beat you worse than you beat me. So we'll see, and we'll just, like I said, I just think it's fun. Also, my brackets are wrecked because I took Reddick out. Larson and Reddick have each got wins, so they will advance. I've got McDowell, Stenhouse, and Wallace, which I think are solid. I would never have put Truex on my bingo card, and I do think now, with one race to go in the round of 16, that I think Truex, he's got to win. He's just got to, and it doesn't look good. So, all right. Cover a little news stuff here. We know Hocevar was in the number 42 this week at Kansas. He's going to be back entered in Bristol, and it was announced that Hunter Nemechek has signed, I think it's just a 1-year deal for next year in the 42, which I think is a good deal. I hope he does well. And Jimmy will drive in 24. He hasn't named the races, but I mean, we all know he had some personal tragedy this year, and anything that he had remaining in 23, they canceled. But he says he's going to come back in 24 and drive a few races.
I'm sure that was part of the Toyota deal to get Jimmy Johnson in a Toyota.
Oh, yeah. After 20-some years of driving a Chevy, to see him on the track and a Toyota.
I'm pretty sure that was a deal. Like, you got to drive at a Toyota.
Yep. All right, a little bit. Sam Mayer has signed with Junior Motorsports again, so he'll be back over there. Then I've got just 3 other bullet points I want to cover real quick. Kind of funny stuff. Brad Keselowski in a interview, and I don't know who he was interviewing with. He calls Chad Knaus the Hendrick Motorsports babysitter. Did you see that?
No.
And I'm like, really? What are you over?
I would say technically you're the babysitter over there too.
I'm not sure what he meant by that, and there was a whole.
Well, he means it because there's a lot of kids. Everybody's younger than him driving. Like William Byron's in his early 20s. Chase is probably in his upper 20s. So it was same with Larson and Bowman. They're all in their 20s. So Knaus is I'm assuming that's what it is.
What? Why would you do that?
Because he's mad that they're all performing well.
I just thought that was hilarious. You're in an interview and you say, well, top of mind thought is that Chad Knaus is the babysitter over. I'm sorry.
Is he trying to reignite?
I would have said Jeff Gordon is the babysitter over there because he's running things now.
Yeah. If anything, he's trying to reignite the Roush versus Hendrick rivalry from the 90s and 2000s. If anything.
Look, RFK is performing well.
Yes.
They're doing a great job. Shut up and put your nose down. Your employee has 3 wins. You have none.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop throwing shit around.
But honestly, he could have at least gotten one. He could have shucked out Buescher at Daytona for the win. Anybody else he would have pushed. He would have set him out to dry if it wasn't for Buescher. He could have won Daytona if he really wanted to.
I absolutely agree. Or wreck the whole field.
But that's his mentality of yeah. Well, he would have done it if it wasn't for Buscher. He would have done it.
This one I'm really upset about. They're bringing stage cautions back at the Roval.
Good.
No.
Good. NASCAR road courses have been dog shit. Good. Bring it back. I'm so happy. I knew you're not gonna like it, but the reason being is the road courses have been trash that they've done that. So bring it back. I know it's kind of stupid to do it mid-season. So this is, to me, your rule change in mid-season. Why don't you do other rule changes that are necessary mid-season? Because this is a huge change towards the structure of the race. So why don't you do the short track package on those cars instead of wait until 2024? Just go do it, in my opinion. But I'm happy to see it because I want to see chaos on those restarts, and we are now.
Well, I guess you got a point.
That's how I see it.
But my thing is, if you're not going to change other rules,
I agree.
Why are you doing this?
That's my only takeaway is why are you changing this rule when other rules could and should be changed mid. Like they did all these changes and like we got to work on the short track package. You already know that works. Put it on the damn cars. So, it is what it is, I guess. But I'm happy to see it. I know a lot of people aren't, but I am.
It goes to the manufacturers. They had a couple of different options, each of them for body form to submit to NASCAR for approval. One was more front downforce. One was more aero. Everybody's been complaining about the performance of the Fords, and they went for the more front downforce when Chevy and Toyota went for the more aero. And Ford's been suffering for that decision. So if you're going to change a rule and Ford's been petitioning NASCAR left and right trying to get the other submitted body configuration form, whatever, so they can change, and NASCAR won't let them. They won't let them do that mid-season, but they can do this kind of crap. And
like I said, that's my only issue.
The inconsistency is just
mind-blowing. I get it. I understand it. That's my only takeaway is you're literally changing shit on the fly. And you won't do it for other things that need it.
All right. I agree. I think they need to be, if you're going to allow certain rules to be changed, you should be, you're pissing off all the Ford fans. Okay, so the Ford as a manufacturer made a bad decision. Now they've seen the righteousness of what Chevy and Toyota did, and they want to join the crowd. And you're saying no. It's almost like you're putting your knee on the throat of Ford to prop up. And it gives all these people that say that NASCAR's in the tank for Joe Gibbs Racing and Denny Hamlin and HMS and against the Ford teams. It gives them that fuel to see.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, whatever. And, okay, so then the other side, well, Ford had a decision to make when they submitted the plans. NASCAR granted it, and that's, boom, you got to stick with it. Well, you guys don't stick with nothing.
No.
So, and
I get it. I'm with you.
So, all right. The only other bullet point I got right here for this week is Junior is going to be at the track this week in a car racing on Friday night in the Xfinity Series.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. I don't expect him to do anything fabulous. But it'll be nice to see him back on the track actually competing. So we can talk about it all day Saturday.
Well, the race is going to be boring because the short track package anymore is boring. So he's gonna need something to talk about.
So, did I write it down? Nope, that's Watkins Glen. I don't remember if I wrote down. Ooh, I did. You said winner for last week was going to be Martin Truex, and that's. I said Brad Keselowski, so I win that one. And the dark horse, Gibbs for you and Chase for me. That was not a. Gibbs was 14th. Chase was, so that's 2 more points in my column. So let's pick for Bristol. Who you got for the winner?
I'm gonna say Joey Logano.
Not a bad choice. I'm going Larson, and Truex goes home. Let's see who's I gotta pull up the. I don't know who's below the cut line right now.
Well, it's anybody
25.
anybody not. We changed.
Anybody not in the playoffs. I'm gonna go with Bowman.
I'll go with Ty, I guess. Ty Gibbs.
Again, not bad. All right. So, do you have anything else, or are we done?
I looked. There's nothing. And like I said, we're on Tuesday, so really nothing going on.
Inspection was completed. Riddick passed everything. No cars were taken to the R&D. That was amazing. I think that may be the first time that happened this year, where no cars were taken to the R&D center.
Well, they probably maybe was expecting the hurricane to be worse, so they didn't want to deal with the hurricane inspecting cars and shit like that. I don't know.
We're gonna get blowed around here a little bit, but it's not gonna be any kind of a hit for us in North Carolina. It's gonna be north. It's still gonna be blustery come Thursday. But all right, my man. Honestly, I got nothing else.
There's not much. I literally looked just recently and there's nothing.
All right. Then that's it. Folks, a little short and sweet today, but that's okay. Everybody have a good week, and we'll see you after Bristol, and I expect a lot more to talk about next week.
Well, yeah, it's cut off, so yeah, there's going to be definitely some topics.
So, all right, man. I'm done.
All right.